Hello, children. So, we'll be talking about schizophrenia spectrum and the other psychotic disorders. So, to begin with, let's first understand what actually is schizophrenia. So, basically, it's a disorder which is going to affect a person's ability in terms of thinking, feeling, and even in terms of behaving in a clear manner, you know. But if we talk about the exact cause of schizophrenia, that's not known. But we can say that it's because of a combination of, genes or the genetics. The environment is playing a major role, and also there's the entire chemistry of the brain. It's been altered to a great extent, and even in terms of the structure, you know so it's basically all about, the thoughts or the experiences which the person tends to start feeling, and these thoughts and experiences are absolutely out of touch with the realities of life. Also, people sense a very disorganized speech, or there is a disorganized behavior. Then there's very less or decreased participation in terms of the daily activities, and people cannot concentrate, people cannot memorize. These are some of the basic things that a person who is schizophrenic tends to feel. you know they tend to feel a lot of things. There are many many symptoms that of course we'll be also highlighting in the next slide. But firstly, if you see in the very first slide, we are just trying to understand what schizophrenia is all about. So it's a descriptive term, and it talks about a group of psychotic disorders. And in these group of psychotic disorders, mainly, the personal, the social, and the occupational functioning, it starts deteriorating. you know and why is there a slowed personal, social, occupational functioning? Why do we also witness that they begin to deteriorate? It's because, you know the disturbed thought processes. It's because of the disturbed thought processes. It's because of the strange perceptions. It's because of the very unusual emotional states. It's because of the motor abnormalities, that person tends to witness in his own body. you know so it's a very, you would say, a disorder where the social and even the psychological aspects, they are tremendous. They are being majorly hindered, or so to say. They are completely slowed down. A great sense of decrease that you witness. And it's not just to the patient, but even to the family of the patient, and even to the society that where the patient belongs to, basically. So, when we go down, to the symptoms of schizophrenia, they are usually grouped in three categories. There are positive symptoms, there are negative symptoms, and there are also the psychomotor symptoms. So, you can see some of the positive symptoms that have been mentioned in the picture here, and you can also see the negative symptoms which have been mentioned towards the right side of the slide. And of course, we'll be elaborating on the aspects of these symptoms, and we'll go a little slow with these, especially the symptoms, because they are quite elaborative. And we also have the psychomotor. So when we go to the symptoms here, very briefly, the positive symptoms talks about the excess of thoughts, emotions, and behavior. So everything is going to be in excess here, right? And the negative thoughts, the negative symptoms are going to be talking about, so to say, the disbeliefs, or I would say, the deficit. Deficit means there is a decrease. There is a decrease. Over there is excess. Here there is decrease. Deficit of thoughts. There is a deficit of emotions, and even in terms of behavior. And the psychomotor, of course, these symptoms are going to be talking about the very unusual mannerism of a person, the clumsiness that's usually witnessed, or maybe certain actions which are going to be very repetitive in the psychomotor symptoms. So yeah, we are going to touch these symptoms, when we come up with the next uh, audio video recording. Thank you so much.